Arsenal has gone ahead to play a behind closed door game, and they were playing in at the side of QPR, that is Green Park Rangers, and they've gone ahead to lose by 4-0. Happiness was that Thomas Partey had a good number of minutes in his tank, plus Tomiyasu. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And we're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Third video of the day, and today we are charged like never before. Minimum of 5 are really coming under your way, and just be ready to obviously receive this. Smash the like button close to 300 times. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So it's always good to have these minutes in the tank, especially if I told you that kind of player who has been away for a very long time. For Thomas Partey, he had last kicked a ball for Arsenal when Arsenal was playing against Man City, right? That was last year, and Arsenal beat Man City by 1-0. That means he was out for November, December, January, and he kicked ball again for Arsenal, I think towards the end of January, or was it January or even February? I don't remember very well, so Arsenal fans can really remind me. So for Takahiro Tomiyasu, he has been that kind of player that returned towards the end of the year, and he played 45 minutes as Arsenal was playing against Fulham. He went to the Asian Cup, and he returned injured, and he needed obviously be given some minutes in the tank. I think this was the main highlight of the game. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it went, and I'm gonna show you some footage how it went down in there for you. So we are talking Erling Haaland. Also, I was gonna ahead and really confirm that. However, much stories were that I really came out like limping off the field of play yesterday, but I'm ready to represent my national team. That's what Haaland has gone ahead to say. And lastly, we have a story coming in through from Alexandria Pato. You know him. At AC Milan, he was the shirt number 7 there. Came in at Chelsea. His career was sabotaged by him getting married to an old woman. The boy was just 18 years of age. So we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having a fantastic Thursday. The Muslims, how is the fasting taking you? And the Christians are really having some 10 days to really call it an end of the Lent period and celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Now we are having a story coming in from the AC blog confirming to us that Arsenal lost 4-0 to QPR in the behind closed doors friendly at Sobha Reality Training Center today. Thomas Partey played 60 minutes and Takahiro Tomiyasu played 45, were the only first team players to feature in the game. Now, one will be asking that, where were the others? I think it's not a time for them to come in through and really play. And I think the manager really just gotten to know that he needs these two to be getting these minutes in the tank, especially Thomas Partey and Tomiyasu, because he needs them to be ready for the game of Man City. And that's why this under 21 game was really featuring these two, and they're really excited to have a go into this beautiful game of football as Arsenal put up a show against a championship side. When you look at the side of QPR, it was really very intensive, and it was a very huge test for Thomas Partey and Tomiyasu, and they did the needful. For Thomas Partey to get in 60 minutes, that is really a very good goal that he has now gone ahead to get in an hour mark of minutes in his return. Remember, in the previous games where Arsenal have gone ahead to give him a goal, he has played 20-15 minutes. You remember that very well. And you wouldn't like to see your player having that, like having only 20 minutes. You would like to test him when it comes to playing some good number of minutes. Like, how many am I talking about? I'm talking about the 60 minutes that Thomas Partey is going to hit to have. And for Tomiyasu Takahiro, he has gonna hit to have only 45, and I think they'll build onto that again and again and again. I think this is not only the friendly match that Arsenal is gonna be having. I think another one will come, because I know the big question is, why didn't Julian Timber really feature into this game of football? I think he's not yet ready to really get into action, and they believe he has not gonna hit to meet that levels. And to meet those levels. And if at all it's the case and Arsenal plays a second friendly and this guy doesn't feature, I think I'm talking about Julian Timber, then it will be like he cannot feature in the game of Man City. They'll give him ample time to really get up and running, to really hit the main spot of his ceiling and full fitness, because a player like him returning from a long season injury just needs care. He just needs to really be brought back in a careful mode, because if you hurry him back, you might lose him forever. So what did Arsenal have to write about this closed game? They said an Arsenal 11 played out a 4-0 behind closed doors friendly defeat to Queen Park Rangers at the TSG Elite Training and Performance Center on Thursday. Given the opportunity to get more time, Takahiro Tomiyasu and Thomas Partey both started, with Arsenal's side predominantly featuring under 21 players against a strong QPR outfit. So Arsenal brought in their under 21s, and the only two players that featured that were not under 21s were Thomas Partey and this guy. Thomas Partey had the first chance of the game. That's what he's telling us. He's short to soft to trouble Joe Welsh in there for you. So QPR went up and QPR went up the other end immediately, and they went ahead to start conceding goals, and that was the start of really annihilating the side of Arsenal. So let's go to the footage, some of the photos that were captured, during that session that Arsenal saw Thomas Partey and Tomiyasu really put in those minutes into the tank. That is Thomas Partey for you, obviously issuing directions as one of the senior players into the mix. Then Tomiyasu obviously trying to do the needful, looks like was being played as a left back into this beautiful game of football, and his back, the Japanese Magnifico, and the minutes are in his tank already. So wait and see how they are gonna fit in others. And these are the youngsters. Some of them I've never gonna hit, obviously I'll have a look at them, and they really went ahead to obviously tussle it out. Look at the size. These were really grown-up men taking on young ones. You see, those are the youngsters of Arsenal that took part in this encounter. Thomas Partey, you see him running there, and you look at them and really understand that it was really a very huge battle for them. I think this is Lewis something, I've noticed his face. This is Lewis, right? Yeah, Lewis. And Thomas Partey, you see him again in action, trying to lead by example. So those were the players of Arsenal that took part into the training set into this game, and so QPR beat them by 4-0, and Arsenal couldn't obviously score any of those goals. I think if Arsenal found themselves really getting in players like Jesus, who else has stayed? Benjamin White, they would have gone ahead to serve a better purpose, but it looks like the plan was like for Thomas Partey and Tomiyasu to get in those minutes that were really required. The big question is about Julian Timber. So I know Timber is going to really come in, and I think Arsenal really having one more friendly before they resort to the training sessions of the side of Arsenal that will lead them to the Manchester Derby. Sorry, not the Manchester Derby, the Manchester game where they're going to be playing away at Etihad. So those were the results coming in through from that side, but I think it's really excitement, and it shows you why these two players never took part into the international break and said, we are not going to come in here to feature you as you people of the side that we support as our national teams, because we believe we are supposed to really pay due allegiance to our clubs, because we've been away and these people deserve the best in here onto our channel. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. After Arsenal, let's go to Erling Haaland. Yesterday he really left the training ground with with Norway. Not an okay man, having a little bit of a knock, but he has gone ahead and really said, I feel good and I'm ready to play the match versus Czech Republic. Norway manager has also confirmed Haaland will start if fit. So Haaland has really shown that I'm here to obviously take my team to winning ways. He has been missed in action for a very, very long time. We can all agree. And he last kicked a ball some time back. But he's back to represent his country. And everyone is really ready to see what he has for the side of Norway. Even Martin Odegaard is going to be really taking part into action. And let me check when this game is going to be played. Norway versus Czech Republic. I just want to see. It's going to be played tomorrow, right? At 20 hours. That's when the game of football is going to be played. It's going to be played in Norway. So I'll be letting you know what is going to hit to transform into that game of football, because you people need to know, and you need to know how that game of football is going to hit to end. And I know what you guys want. All you want is to hear that your players haven't gone ahead to get injured. For Arsenal, they are having Martin Odegaard, very much pivotal into their season. And for the side of Man City, they're having Haaland, their quarterback, who they believe should be really available in the remaining 10 games that they're supposed to all win to obviously compete with Arsenal to win the trophy. And even if they win all those games, I think when they win their games, they'll be top of Arsenal. If at all Arsenal continues not to do the needful into that game. So those are the soldiers of Arsenal and Man City respectively in action tomorrow. But on England is playing Brazil, Portugal has a game of football today and very many others. So I'll be here reacting to some of those games when they're really done and dusted. Let's go to Alexandre Partey. If at all you as old as me, you know Partey. He was one of the most exciting players at AC Milan, and he came in at Chelsea. And when he came in at Chelsea, Partey has got the following to say on what really happened when he came in through what Chelsea said. When I arrived at Chelsea, Diego Costa was there. The English media were criticizing him, and the rival fans were swearing at him. But he's always calm. I asked him, how do you cope up with the pressure? Diego said, I don't understand anything. I don't speak English. So what really gave him the vibe, Diego Costa, of really not even giving or paying a deaf ear to what they're saying was like, I never understood what they're saying, so I'm not bothered. But looks like he was a man with a thick skin, because sometimes even if you don't understand what they're saying, you just look at the reactions and in the mode at which they're really throwing those tantrums at you, and you'll understand they are all about really attacking you. And it was like more than him not understanding the language, because you can understand when someone is abusing you in whatever language that person is really using. So according to me, you can easily understand that. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Tell me your thoughts about Arsenal 0 QPR 4 in the comment section below. Thomas Partey and Tomiyasu in action, behind door meeting, behind closed door game. Arsenal is going to hit to lose by 4 goals to 0. What are your thoughts about it? And tell me what your thoughts about Haaland returning to partner Odegaard in their game against Czech Republic in the midweek, that is tomorrow, Friday. And obviously your thoughts onto Partey explaining to us why Diego Costa felt like he's not bothered every time they obviously tried to abuse him in English, because they never went ahead to understand. And one will ask me, how did Partey and Diego Costa communicate? All of those two were Brazilians, so they had a common language that could really bind and bond them together. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Ramadan Mubarak. We sign out for now. See you later. And good night to those going to bed. And we are still riding. 2 more videos coming in through. I told you, it's a marathon and a live video is loading. Ciao, ciao.